Welcome back to mill. Let's see what your view looks like here. Doing a little sharpening. Got another white oak to cut. Last of this particular customer's order. So I figured since I'm whipping through this chain, might as well get some of it on video. I'll show you a couple of teeth. I'm going to show you how it cuts too. This chain is not. This is the one I hit the mill with the other day. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm putting it back to factory. This was filed as a kind of a firewood chain. And what that means is it was filed over at like 20 degrees instead of 25, and I'm putting it over more to factory 25 right now. I'll show you what I mean. So, in a firewood chain, if you look at the tooth that I just filed, which is right here, that's the one I just filed. Come on, focus. So it's more at the factory angle. And then if you look at the next one, come on, focus. This one's is less steep. It's more like 20 degrees instead of 25. So that one right there is probably somewhere in between 20 and 25. This one's pretty much 25. So that's what I'm doing right now, is making them 25, and I got to sharpen out that area where the chain hit the mill. The good part about going to 25 like this is that I don't have to really worry about taking the rakers down, because I know you can't see my face, but that's fine. When you're filing the tooth over like I am right now, in other words, bringing the back side of the tooth this way, that way, you're not doing a lot on the tip. So you're not really changing the length of the tooth. And that's really all it takes to go from, like I said, like 20 over to 25. And all I'll do is make them sharp too. 20 is a little bit more of a durable angle if you want your chain to last a long time. You can go down to 20, you can go down to 15, you can even go down to 10. If you want to file at 10 like a rip chain, you can cross cut firewood at 10 degrees, no problem. The steeper you get over, 25 or 30 even, the more the chain will dig in, kind of the faster it will cut, but the less durable the edge is. And that's without getting into rake angle and stuff like that. Talking just strictly about shear angle right now. 20 degree chains will last a little bit longer cross cutting than 25s will. In dirty wood, you can go over to 20. And the other thing that you really should consider is taking less C. In other words, making your rake angle less. I'll show you what that means in a minute. Just whip through this side. All I'm doing is I'm getting I don't know if I can get a straight down view on this. So this is the same thing you would do if you were filing over to 10 degrees. You could go to 10 really quick too. But all I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the corner first, digging in like that, getting rid of the corner. Once I get rid of enough corner, then I'm just going along the angle and mimicking the witness mark. That one went a little bit too steep. A little bit off the tip there. And then just a couple of swipes right across the edge to finish. This chain was damaged. This was, if you go back in my videos, you see the video where I broke the chain. That was this chain. This is the chain that I broke and repaired on video. Ooh, look at that. That's one side done. Then when I do the other side, so just so you're not to my back, give you guys a view like this. Maybe like this. So from this side, I like to stand in front of the chain and push back into it. And I can look down and really follow the witness mark. And like I said, I'm really not changing the length of the teeth. Got to remember that I just did that tooth out of order. I'm a little more efficient from this side. I can sharpen the teeth faster. Let's see what you're looking at there. If I put that right, yeah, you're looking pretty much down on what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm in the way. I hope I'm not in the way. I'm gonna get like this. So what I'm doing from here is holding the end and this end, following the witness mark, filing across the gullet till the tip's clean. Like that. It's done. I'll show you that tooth. The boring chainsaw video sharpening. It's like the biggest enigma in the history of the world. Chainsaw sharpening. Look at that tooth. You can see the mirror of my finger in it. Very sharp, perfect. Now, this is what I was talking about C earlier. If you see the hook angle on these, there's a pretty aggressive C here. These teeth are hanging out at the top. It's pretty aggressive. So what you can do, if it's a firewood saw, I'm wiping these out really fast. Higher up along the edge and create less C. Actually pulling up while you're doing it. Take some of that curve out of that C. This is pretty aggressive. This will cut like a mansion. But that's what you want to do if you want your chains to last longer. You should take some of that C out. There's a little bit too much there. It's going to be fast. Be great for softwood. Just won't last long if you're actually doing work instead of playing around with your saw. So many people today just like to play around with their saws. It's amazing. You know, these are saws got to come to work. I'm so much more efficient from this side because I can push it so much more. Way faster. And the most important thing is to make sure that front working corner, there is no damage to that little point right there. That's the most important thing. If you want full chisel chain like this to cut, you got to have that front working corner sharp. It's no more complicated than this. I know that, you know, it's like people just cannot do this. It is no more complicated than this. This is as complicated as sharpening is. I make it look easy because I do it all the time. I sharpen chains for customers that cannot even come close. Oh, this one's got a big damage on it. That can't even come close to filing a chain. I wonder if I get you guys in to see that. Where's my finger? There's the front edge knocked right off that tooth. Wait till focus. God damn it. Can't see through my viewfinder. Hopefully you can see that. I'll show you how long it takes to fix it. So this one, I want to get some of the gullet out of the way, so I got to come back a little bit and find my angle. I'm going to swipe across the top to get the damage out and make sure I'm on angle. There you go. Took that long to take that damage out of that tooth. So let's file out the rest of it. Hopefully we don't get any more damaged ones. This one's just a little bit damaged. Don't need to take a whole lot out here. Once you get the metal out of the way, then you can just follow your angle. This one was way off angle here. Nice. Nice. This one's a little damaged and it's off angle. Nice. This one's off angle. Perfect. Nope, this one's off angle the other way. Oh, this is the one I did. Okay. Man, I gotta clean this up. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna fire it up. We're gonna cut this white oak off. I like 12'6". It's a little over, it's got a big swell on it down the other end, which is gonna be a pain in the ass because it's gonna rest right on the bunk. You can see that big swell down there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna true up that cut right there. And then I'm gonna cut it off at like 12 foot, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, somewhere between 12'3" and 12'6". Try and get rid of some of that butt swell. So I am going to pause you guys. We'll fire up the old saw and we'll see how she cuts some white oak. All right, so I'm off audio so you can hear the saw cut. Freaking thing just blew over. I'll fire it up. We're going to just trim this end off. You'll just be able to see it cut. And then we'll go down the other end. We'll measure out. Actually, I make a mark right now so that I don't need to hold you up. I'm going to cut it pretty flush with this right here. 12'6". Hopefully, the only thing at 12'4" is I just have to get the placement of it. I just have to get the placement of it kind of perfect. So we'll cut this, but I'm going to cut that. On the other end, buck the whole thing off. So this is a 25-inch bar. I'll show you how big this white oak is. It's solid. It's 25 across. was all in an effort just to not put the chain in the dirt. I want to wipe out a freshly sharpened chain. So you see it was a little grabby. I told you it was going to be a little grabby and white out the way it was as aggressive as it was. Get this thing out of the way. But you cut it nice and fast. I'm gonna pause you guys and I'll get this up on the mill and hopefully we can shoot some video cutting it. I'm gonna start with the band that I had on and we'll go from there. So we're gonna pause it. All right, so I got most of the bark off this log. Believe it or not, I got it so that without shimming this end up, and it's going to look like there's a lot of taper, but without shimming this end up, this pith on this end is actually a 1/4 inch higher than the pith on that end, even with that end being the big end. I only have it spanning 3 bunks, so it's sitting on 8 feet. Later on down the road, if I want to try to get it, once I get it down into a cant, if I want to try and slide it down onto that bunk, I can. I don't really think I need to. So what we're going to do with this one, I'm not going to slab this one. We're actually going to cut this one into 2-inch thick boards. So we kind of have to pay attention to when we set our thickness or our width. So it's like a 15-inch. It's 15 times 7 is 70 and 35. So 10.5-inch cant-ish. 15 times 70 is 70 and 35. Yeah. So it's going to be a 10.5-inch cant-ish. Let's it this way. Yeah, about the same. So what we have to shoot for, if we get a 10-inch cant, we're going to get 5 2-inch thick boards. So we need 10 5/8. So what we're shooting for is when we're blowing this into a cant, we don't ever want to go below 10 5/8. So hopefully we'll end up with 10 5/8 boards by 2 inches thick. So that's what we're shooting for. And we can take as much off the top as we want. We just kind of want to, you know, if I measured out, say 10 5/8, like right here, came up off the bottom, that cuts approximately at somewhere around 12 inches. So that gives you an idea where not to kind of go below. It's about 12 inches off the deck is where I can get that 10 5/8 wide this way. So there's 10 5/8. You know, I know I'm not using a level right now, but I can eyeball it. So if 10 5/8 is kind of like right in here, and then you measure off the bottom, that's kind of just about 12 inches up, and you can still get your 10 5/8 cant. So on the other side, I know that I can come down till I get to 10 5/8. I mean, approximately 12 inches up-ish. I want to cut the top off until I have approximately 10 5/8 or 10 inches flat. Maybe 10 inches flat with a little bit of wane, something like that. And then you can roll it, and then same thing. And then, but we don't want to go below. We never want to go below 10 5/8, and then we'll end up with our should be what the square that you can get out of a 15-inch log at 70%, 10 5/8. So it's 10 1/2 inches. So hopefully you can't 10 5/8. If the mill cuts good. So we're gonna go down there and get going on this. And I do have one little clearance issue with that bell end. Hopefully I don't have to come down very much. I want to kind of get you guys stuck in here a little bit. Maybe if I get you over here, maybe it'd be better. You're back like this. Now the noise canceling is going to mess with the mill, so I apologize. But so I'm going to come down and see what 12 inches looks like. Right now it kind of looks like my top cut should be 13, but it's going to be 12 or 13. It would be better if my small end was down towards me, but it's not, so we'll just deal with it. So I'm going to come up to 13, see what it looks like. Let's take one more measurement, see what 13 is going to cut across here. Yeah, it's barely skimming it. So I think I'm just going to take a cut at 13 and then maybe come down to 12. And it's going to look thick here, but it's not. I'm going to come up to 14. Let's try it at 14. I know I'm wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, I hate always being right. All right, so let's come down to 13. That's going to get us a couple of 1-inch boards here anyway. $12 7/8. Get this off and we'll take a measurement down here and see where we are. Oh, no, it's going to fall. Damn it. Just what I didn't want to happen. So yeah, I was right. I'm only 8 inches wide here right now. So I really need take another board off this, or I'm not going to get to a max cant. So I'm going to come down 1 more inch and take another one. So I was at, I think 11 7/8 there. No, 12 7/8. So we're going to come down to 11 3/4. Let me just look and make sure I'm not screwing myself. No, I'm not screwing myself. That's right. Take it right there. One thing's for sure, that clutch is starting to make that same noise. I can just hear it. It's starting to make the same noise it was before. Starting to kind of bang into gear, just like it was before. All right, flip it on its side or over. We can set our width at 10 5/8. I hope. Or we'd have to get our width out of the other dimension. Make sure that none of our stops are up around 10. Get a little bit of bark on this side. Hopefully it's only this one cut. So no, this one's at 7. I'll take that one down to kind of in the middle of the log at 4. Slide it over. This one's at 5. We'll take that one down to 4. And this one's at 4, so it'll be okay. And see if we can strip a little bark off here. This band's cutting okay. It's not cutting great right now. It's cutting okay. It's cutting flat still, but it's definitely starting to get whooped. if there's any place I can get under it. Some of the spark's holding on pretty good. Doesn't need to all come off. I'm just trying to see if there's any loose stuff I can get off right now, just to help. That should be good. All right, let's dog it down. And what we're looking at is, I probably should not have taken that last slab off. I think I'll probably take it 11's a waste. I think I'm just going to take it at 10. Cut this right off. And then try to get my 10 5/8 going the other way. Flip it up 90 degrees. Get her squared up. If I can. Okay. Oh, that's perfect right there. It stays there. Okay. And then that's going to be somewhere around 12. 12 and a half. 13, that's going to leave a little wane. What's my thickness here? 9. Didn't quite get my 10. I got 9. So I might want to go 13. 13. 13. That's where we're going to take it. Go to 14. See what that looks like. 14 and 8. I'm going to come down to 13, take another piece. Then we'll flip it all the way over. We'll throw ourselves on 2-inch scale and mill out a bunch of 2x10s. This is a pretty nice board here. And just a teeny little bit of weight on the bottom. I think we have no problem getting what I thought we were going to get, maybe even one extra. And on this, a little easier to roll it from the other side. And roll it up. And like I said, we'll throw it on 2-inch scale and mill out a bunch of 2x10s. Drop our stops all the way down. White oak 2x10s. We want these below, so it's going to be 2 inches, so I want them down at 1 inch, maybe even just below that. And we can't quite mill the whole log. We're going to have to take something off. Actually, after we take the top cut off, would probably be good. Just want to line these up. This is the thing about Norwood that you can do that you can't do on other mills right there. That is move your stop over to the log. All right, dog it down, throw ourselves on scale. I think we should already be on 2-inch scale. And get our log dogs below 2 inches. And just get away with 2 of them. Check our 2-inch scale, so somewhere around 4 1/8 should be on scale. Yep. Okay. When you get up to the top here, it's going to be somewhere around 12. That's off scale, so if I cut it right here, I'm on scale, 2 inches right there. Take it off right there. Give ourselves a little bit more support. Alright, so that was a waste. That's not going to work. We're going to have to come down and do an inch cut in between. So that's 12 and 5/8. I'm going to come down, do an inch and an inch. So we're going to go down to the next 2-inch mark. Come up an inch. So that's 10 and a half. There's 11 and a half and an 8. And then we should be on 2-inch scale after this. That one's going to be at 10 and a half. Right where I thought we were going to be. Next one's going to be like at 6 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one's going to be at like 4 and 8. Let's just go ahead and get this one off. I can push it over and make the cut, but let's get this one off and the next one off, and then we can cut it out. This one's, there's a couple there. I'll probably just leave them. It's like I said, he wanted them slabbed, so they don't need to be edged. I can cut it out now. Just a couple more, two more cuts. One, two, three, four, five to be cleared. Get the sawdust off and drop it down to 2 inches. Blow it off and call it a day. Two, four, five, six, seven. And that's going to conclude our exercises today. Got him just what he wanted. So he's got a couple of 1 inch, some good stuff here. Definitely plenty for sign making and so forth. Got this 2 inch one that's probably 2 inches by 8, clean, and then 2 by 10s, all right there. I'll get the mill still cutting with the roller guide, still cutting really flat. Let's take a look down this edge here. Let's see what it looks like. You're looking with me. Yeah, and look at the edge. It's cutting perfect. Cutting perfect. And this one did bow up a little bit of tension in that top one, but it bowed the right way instead of crooking sideways. It bowed up, which is good. And the edge is nice and crisp. Nice, good lines. No waves in it. You can see down that line there, and there's no waves in it. It's beautiful. It's cutting great with these roller guides. It's absolutely phenomenal. You know, I know I keep saying it, but compared to the ceramics, I would not be able to cut this log like this with the ceramics. They'd have moved around a mile to be all over the place, and especially not this fast. Even with a band that's not perfect, you know, this goes so much faster than it used to. It's awesome. This is going to call it a day for me. I got to go file my taxes. We get an extra couple of days here in Massachusetts, so they don't have to be in until tomorrow night at midnight because of Patriots Day. So we're going to do them tonight, and I just got to put everything away, take the band off, clean everything up, put the cover on. And tomorrow I got one more customer. I got to mill their logs, and I got to finish out Mike Trotto stuff, which is primarily slabbing. We'll mill a few of his tomorrow. Be done probably Thursday. And then all my customer logs will be out of here. And I can concentrate on the Veteran Center, getting that done. So thanks for the watch. Hit me up with any questions if you want. Roller guides, home run, boys and girls. Can't wait for the adjustable ones. This Pirate Solutions out.